Release the notes! I'm back. Once again, another release, another batch of notes. And of course, as always, in my trusty web manuals hoodie, like always. I just want to say thank you to all of you who joined the US Go Digital. Thank you so much for your time and for all your valuable feedback, and especially for all the things that went into the Open Innovation Workshop. So a quick thank you to all of you. Now, let's proceed with the release notes. Improvement time! We have 3 improvements for you today. The first one is for the list of effective pages and the changelog modules. For those modules, if you're using the page number N or the page number structure N that numbers from 1 to everything in your manual, those modules would not show the chapter number correctly in the chapter number column. They do now, so everything should be well if you're using that page numbering structure and those modules. For the next one, we have another good one. For those of you importing your own compliance libraries and making them yourselves, we had an issue or a missing, error message. There we go. We had a missing error message that did not come up if you were importing in a certain way. And now that error message displays correctly, and it displays in the error message overview. So it will not just stop the import from working, it will actually show you and explain exactly what is going on, so you can fix it and thereby correct your import for the next try. And the last one is a very grand one, and I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. This is do not send reminders on a manual, but still make it show up in unread. Meaning that now if you have a manual where you actually don't want to track if people are reading it, or you don't have to track if they are reading it, but you still want to make them aware of the very first revision or this specific revision you're doing, then you can set your revision to send no reminders, but still send the manual to, or this revision of the manual to unread. Thereby, your readers will still see it showing up in unread, and they can read it, and thereby, of course, it will disappear from unread just for this specific revision. I hope you enjoyed. Let's have a look at some bug fixes. Bug fixes! We have quite a few bug fixes here today. Let's jump into it. I'll be running through them quite on a high level. First off, we fixed in the reader on the dashboard, we fixed sorting. Amongst other things, in the unread section, the sorting columns did not function correctly. Now they do. Yay! Also in the reader, we fixed so that readers can now see future revisions once again. You, as an editor or an admin, can release a manual and release the next revision on a time period, meaning that you can set it to be active, say, a month from now, but allow the readers to watch the revision early so they can get up to date before the revision actually takes place or goes into action. That didn't work before. We had a span of time where that didn't work correctly. Now it does. So now your readers can actually choose to see the next revision and read it even before it is active. Next one is that we fixed a small thing in the reader. In the side panel for table of content and pages, you were not able to search for pages and chapters if they were in, or if you were searching in caps. That has of course been fixed. It was a silly one. So now you can actually search correctly. Yay! Bug fixes in admin and editor. In admin, we changed the message displayed when a design was changed, or when the parent design was changed on a design. Now it will actually say that the design has been updated successfully, not other silly things. Or in the editor itself, we fixed the definitions export issue. Now, if you export your definitions, you will get your Excel sheet, and the headers will now, or the header row will now be correct, and will actually have the correct data, and you will now have a reference column as well. Much better than before. Also in the editor, we fixed an error message. When you are uploading a file through drag and drop, now it will actually say that your file was uploaded successfully when it is uploaded successfully, and not always just say that something went wrong. This should help you a lot with trying to understand if your file was actually uploaded. And then for the last 2 things in admin and editor, in admin, we disabled all the revisions expiration reminder emails to run when a new revision had been published on top of it. Meaning that if you have a revision that has an expiration date and you're receiving emails on it to remind you that it's expiring, when you then create a new revision that is overtaking its spot, those reminder emails will stop coming. We had quite a few people who got spammed by reminders, and we of course apologize for that. And the last one, we fixed the edit button in the compliance section. If you were setting it up with all filters, then the edit button would disappear. And now that edit button will stay in place and do its job. In conclusion, I just want to remind all of you, at least the ones of you in Europe, to sign up for the European Go Digital. We're looking forward to having as many people in Ystad as we can get, and we have such a cool schedule for you. We're really looking forward to that. The entire company here is getting super hyped up. And that was all we had for release notes this month. We have one more release, as I recall, and then we're moving into summer sprint territory. And we are looking forward to doing some really cool things in the summer sprint as well. Please stay tuned for more updates.